Hello, hello, hello. I thank you so much for joining today for yet another live event where we unpack multifamily investing and underwriting one step at a time. For those who don't know me, my name is Vessi Kapulian. I'm a former commercial lender turned real estate investor. Today, I invest actively and passively, primarily in apartments or multifamily. I advise business owners and family offices and high net worth individuals in on cash flowing investments in real estate. And for those willing to do a deeper dive, I also have a course that comes with a community, Mastering Multifamily Underwriting, where I teach new investors how to vet deals with confidence and ease so they can protect their capital. So today I figured I would pop in informally for a live event ahead of the holidays. I always have a lot of thoughts around July 4th, but the one thing here is independence, and it very much aligns with the path that I started on when I started investing in real estate, initially in single family homes and eventually in apartments. And it really made me think not only about my journey, but also how investing in real estate and currently in apartments has been a path to financial security and has put me on a path to financial independence. I'm not quite there yet, but I'm on my way. And so I wanted to share a few thoughts on that topic that hopefully will serve you. Um, First, that financial freedom is not just saving more, but it's also building ownership. So I used to think that saving in that 401k plan and having that savings account, maxing out the retirement accounts is the path to wealth. That's what a lot of us are thought to think and do. And that's certainly a great start, right? But at some point, it's not a real game changer. Ownership of property and cash flowing properties and real assets is, and multifamily offers that option. First of all, savings don't necessarily scale, assets do. So if your income stops, of course, you can lean in on these savings, but unless you have additional income streams coming in, at some point the cash will run out. So creating those income streams is extremely important, and multifamily is one of many paths that you can take to do that. um, Reason number two why this resonates, at least with me, is that multifamily properties can create cash flow month after month. Now, that only happens if you vet the deal very carefully, right? Because just like with any investment, multifamily carries risks. And I help investors do just that, vet deals with confidence and ease, get deep into the underwriting to protect their capital and their investment. And then reason number three is ownership comes with leverage, and not just financial leverage, but there are tax deferral benefits. There is appreciation, and then control over how you build your wealth. Right, you're not just relying on what's in that mutual fund to define your destiny. And so, how do you make the shift? I had a prior life event, so if you on that, where I went into a little bit more detail as to the very first steps that one could take to get started, especially if you're just now beginning. But first, it becomes by shifting your identity. Really, you switch from a saver to an owner, to a property owner, and really a business owner, because each apartment is its own mini business that you or an operator, right, will run and operate. Even if you're investing passively, the very first step is to learn how to underwrite a deal, or at least learn how to assess the underwriting. That's extremely important, again, to protect your capital. And I help investors exactly with that. You don't have to be an expert on underwriting, but you have to know at least the few levers or key points to look at and poke holes in to make sure that the deal is solid. I actually have a sale going on right now. It's for very limited time that will expire at the end of this week, so midnight on July 7th. So if you'd like to take advantage of that, I'll put the link in the comments, but also feel free to send me a DM and I can definitely share that information with you. And then step number three is surrounding yourself with investors, finding those strong operators, building those relationships, creating the networks. All of that takes time, but that is a key point of leverage for deal flow, as well as resources that you can lean in as you do your own diligence on the operator, market, or the deal. That's step number one. Secondly, multifamily is, again, one of many investments, but at least the investment for me that pays for you to wait and then get the reward when you exit. Again, that only happens if you vet the deal, operator, and market correctly. But multifamily nicely combines both the opportunity to cash flow as well as the opportunity for appreciation or the equity yield on the back end. And so if the deal is vetted properly, if it's underwritten properly, you can literally buy deals that cash flow on day one, so money can be in your pocket on day one. There are also tax deferral benefits, so not necessarily eliminating taxes, but deferring taxes. And of course, if you work with a savvy tax advisor and CPA who's well versed into real estate investing, they can help design that strategy for you so you can potentially keep deferring those taxes. And then when the property is sold or refinanced, of course, that's where you take advantage of the equity yield or the appreciation that takes place on the back end. But of course, that comes with a cost, right? If you're investing passively, I like to say passive investing is not truly passive because none of this is guaranteed, right? These are investments that carry risk. And one way for you to mitigate the risk is to do proper diligence on the operator, the market, and the deal. And I help investors exactly with that, especially focusing on vetting the deal, vetting the numbers, going through the process step by step, breaking it down in 5 easy steps so they can quickly analyze a deal with confidence and ease and quickly be able to sift through a number of packages, right, that are coming your way so you can green light or red light those. And so the nice thing again with multifamily is that you shouldn't have to choose between income or cash flow streams and appreciation. You can actually get both. And point number three is that even if you choose to invest passively, which basically means you're not the one necessarily running the deal and making day-to-day decisions, you're still in control. Now, not necessarily in control of day-to-day operations because you're effectively delegating that to an operator, which is why vetting the operator or the sponsor or fund manager is extremely important. But you're in control of choosing what you invest in, where you invest in, and with whom you are investing. And so you have the ability to put your money to work while you sleep, so you can continue or start creating, if it's your first deal, start creating those passive income streams, building the appreciation or the wealth, and then creating the tax deferral benefit. Again, the way to get started is, as I like to say, first is education, right? Because an educated investor is an empowered investor. You don't want to be just blindly relying on someone else's word, or just because your best friend invested in a deal doesn't mean it's going to be a great deal for you, because their investment criteria and goals may be slightly different or very different from yours. So having clarity on your goals is important. taking the time to educate yourself so you can properly vet the operator, the market, and the deal. And I help exactly with that. All three steps, and in particular, the deal vetting process. So if you do like to take advantage of the limited time sale and offer that I have, send me a DM. I will also post a link in the comments that will expire on Sunday, and prices will be going up after that. Also, I'm building something really exciting, like a mini me or a mini Vessi that will help with all aspects of the deal vetting process. And so if you are interested in getting an early look or early access to that, send me a DM. This will be effectively utilizing AI to tackle the different components of the deal analysis that, of course, I also share briefly during these live events in my content. And so happy to share that with you. Like I said, I'll keep today's pop up live. I wanted to be consistent and share this message with you because multifamily investing and real estate investing overall has been life changing for me. I know it can be life changing for you if you take the right steps to educate yourself and prepare yourself so you can make prudent and diligent investment decisions. So until the next one, I wish you a happy July 4th with family and loved ones. And if you'd like to get early access and get notified of future live events that I do, I encourage you to follow me on LinkedIn as well as subscribe to my YouTube channel that has a ton of complimentary educational videos that you can access there. And again, if you'd like to take advantage of the limited time promotion on the course in the community that will help you vet deals with confidence and ease, simply send me a DM. And until then, happy holiday. Ciao.